Hello, Paul.
Hello, Mr. Biffo.
Sorry, when I always say hello, Paul, on this, because what the viewers at home don't see is that there is a degree of preamble before we actually start recording. And for some reason, it always comes out incredibly insincere when I say hello, Paul.
Well, I am always insincere anyway, so...
Well, that's good. I'll try again. Hi, Paul.
Oh,
no,
hello, Mr. Biffs. Oh, how are you?
Got a big question for you.
Oh, I'll have a big question.
What's the darkest children's cartoon of all time?
Well, if it was a feature film, I'd say Watership Down or Plague Dogs.
No. All right, children's cartoon series.
Oh, I don't know. Ulysses 2031? I don't know.
That's what? Why Ulysses? That's not dark.
Ulysses, something else from space. I can't remember it.
No, would you be surprised if I told you that the darkest children's cartoon series of all time was DuckTales?
Yes, I would be, because that to me is a merry, lovely, colourful adventure through the world of Duckburg and its associate countries.
Cool, you know a lot.
Yeah.
Already, Duckburg. I didn't even know they lived in Duckburg until recently.
Well, it was originally based on a comic book series, and it was all set in Duckburg. I can't remember the name of the guy who created it now, but...
Quack, quack. Hello, I am the popular cartoon character Derek Duck. Before armchair expert Paul Gannon digs himself into a deeper hole, here are some essential DuckTales facts. A character called Donald Duck first appeared in print in the 1931 Mickey Mouse comic strip. However, he looked completely different to the character we typically associate with the name. When Mickey Mouse became a company mascot with fewer negative character traits, Walt Disney created a new version of Donald who could embody Mickey's previously more abrasive and aggressive personality. He was further developed by animator Dick Lundy, first appearing in animated form in 1934. Donald began appearing in Mickey Mouse comic strips the following year, where the character was written by Ted Osborne. Osborne also introduced other members of Donald's family. The original animated series DuckTales was produced by the Walt Disney Company in 1987 and ran for 4 seasons. Amusingly, the animation was handled by Wang Film Productions. The person most associated with the character of Donald Duck in print is Carl Barks, who wrote many Disney comics and created the character of Scrooge McDuck. That's probably the Gannon is thinking of. Quack, quack.
A lot of what he created in those comics books became DuckTales.
Well, I will be adding some information of that nature into this video when it goes out. But I will ask you another question.
Yeah.
Who are Huey, Dewey and Louie's parents?
In the new series, they go some way to explain some of that. But
you've watched it.
Some bits, yeah. I don't have access to it all, so I watch stuff on YouTube that's shrunk in a little box in the frame and sped up a tiny little bit so it gets past the copyright.
Naughty.
I know, but what are you going to do? But as far as I know, I don't know, because they're Donald's nephews, right?
Yep.
Which means they'd be the son or daughter of Scrooge.
No, Scrooge is I thought Scrooge was is Donald's
uncle. Oh, no, it's Uncle Scrooge, isn't it?
Yeah.
So Scrooge and Donald are brothers?
No, he's Donald's uncle, surely.
But they say Uncle Scrooge, and don't they?
Well, this has spiraled out of control already. I didn't research Uncle Scrooge.
You should have done. It's a big part of
Scrooge
DuckTales,
McDuck.
you knob. How can you not? How can you not?
I only went down one rabbit hole. I didn't go down.
I'm going to do some
Scrooge
research about DuckTales and forget that the primary character in that is Scrooge McDuck.
I ain't interested in him. I'm interested in Huey, Dewey and Louie.
Why?
Well, right. I don't quite know how I stumbled upon this. However,
I remember. You know what? I remember when I didn't have to do these videos and I could just watch you do them. and I could just watch and go, "Oh, that's nice, isn't it?" And
Well,
now
I'm very sorry that you don't like being given information
I don't. Go on.
about
go on.
DuckTales, a show you watch. Right. Okay. Huey, Dewey, and Louie's mother is
Yeah.
Donald Duck's twin sister, Della Duck. Right. They're identical twin sisters, apparently.
So they're identical, but she's Della.
Female.
Okay, and
Yes,
he's Donald.
they're not identical in one key area.
Because Daisy Duck is Donald's girlfriend.
Yes, correct. That I do know.
What about Gizmo Duck?
I'm not interested in it. Again, I've not researched Gizmo Duck. I've been researching Huey,
What
Dewey,
about
and Louie's parents.
what's his name? Glomgold? The Scottish. Oh, the
I'm
Scottish.
again,
Ah.
not interested in Glomgold. Right.
Scrooge.
Okay, so
I'll have
Della
your
Duck.
lucky dime, Scrooge.
Yeah, very good Scottish accent.
Thank you.
Della Duck, right?
Della.
Father, never mentioned.
Okay.
But why is he not mentioned?
Illegitimate?
And we're going back to 1937, right?
Okay.
When Huey, Dewey, and Louie were first introduced in that comic.
Are you saying Huey, Dewey, and Louie's dad is Hitler Duck?
Duckler.
Yeah.
Adolf Duckler. No, what I'm saying is, in that first, I'm going to have to call up me. Don't start rolling your eyes at me. This
I'm
is
not.
very interesting. This is a deep dive.
It's not. I'm
Right?
more ashamed of my Hitler Duck gag. I was just processing that.
Where would his moustache be? On the end of his beak?
Yeah. Right on the tip of his bill.
Or would it be at the top? That's a good question. If Hitler was a duck, where would his moustache be?
Answer down below in the comments.
Yeah, please
Yeah.
let us know.
Yeah, we'd
Right.
love to know.
No. Okay.
Okay.
So, right, here we are. Donald is referred in Scrooge McDuck's as Scrooge McDuck's closest living relative, right? In that,
Right.
in early strips. Okay. Now, Della, Huey, Dewey, and Louie's mother,
Right.
appears first in their debut comic strip, right, where she drops them off with Donald, which we learn in 2014 in a DuckTales comic that the reason she did this is because she was about to go on a dangerous space mission. She's an
Right.
astronaut. Right?
Okay.
So are you intrigued now?
Well, no, because it's similar to what they did in the reboot where they had the parent.
Well, no. It's not similar. It's canon. It's continuing the continuity because she comes back in the reboot in a 2017 episode, I believe.
Yeah.
Missing a leg.
Yeah.
Because her spaceship crashed on the moon.
Right.
Right.
And in that
Now-
episode, they used the moon theme from the Game Boy game.
Well, there we go.
There's a fact for you.
It's full of meta references from the fans, isn't it?
Meta.
Meta. Yes.
I don't even know her. I'm on form, Mr. Biffs.
Yeah, you are. You're very good. Right, no. So, in that 2017 episode, Della's back, okay, but the dad still not mentioned,
Oh.
right? So, in over, what is that, 1937 to now,
Yeah.
so 83 years or 93 years
Whatever.
or something, their father's identity has never been revealed, except for it was glimpsed in a Donald Duck family tree where he had his face obscured and his first name was just like a question mark. So,
Do you have a
continue this.
proposal?
no, I have evidence of where their father's gone.
Okay.
Because bear in mind that Donald Duck is...
You've just turned this whole story to like an episode of the podcast Serial. We're like going down the rabbit hole. It's like, who is Unsolved DuckTales Mysteries?
We'll continue.
Go on.
Right. I see I've lost my thread now.
Sorry.
Right. Donald Duck. Okay. He's not exactly a great role model. She must have been desperate.
Right.
Right. In order to leave her sons with him. Okay. You're not gonna leave your 3 children with a psychotic lunatic like Donald. I mean, there must be there are other family
Well, no,
members
she
that
did,
could have
didn't
left
she?
them
That's the
with.
whole point.
Yes, she did. But you'd only do that if you were desperate.
And you
Surely.
didn't want to give him to the real father.
And you didn't want to give him to the father. However, what if the father was indisposed or no longer alive?
Right.
Now, it is explained in that 1937 debut that the boys were left with Donald,
Right.
right, because they'd hospitalised their father by letting off a firecracker under his chair.
Okay, so they were basically sent away for being naughty ducks.
I believe so.
Because what? They tried to kill their father?
Well, this is the point. I don't think they tried. They did kill their father because on multiple occasions, Huey, Dewey and Louie refer to themselves as orphans. They figured that he was dead as well as their mum. They didn't know their mum was just crash landed on the moon. So there you go. Darkest cartoon.
So are there any ducks from like DuckTales history that could maybe fit the profile?
What, of the father? It doesn't matter, no, because he's dead. They killed him. He was killed by his own sons.
I know, but maybe, like, for instance, if that was the case, why is he crossed out in the family tree? You'd only do that if there was like he was a black sheep of a black duck of the family.
Well, maybe no one wants to be reminded of the fact that the three youngest members of the family murdered him.
Yeah, but by taking it away, you actually remind people all the time. It's the Barbra Streisand effect. If you don't talk about it, it becomes blatantly obvious.
Maybe it's a cover-up. I mean, they as far as we know, Huey, Dewey and Louie never went to prison for manslaughter. They would have been sent to a correctional home of some kind, wouldn't they? Well, yeah, but they weren't. They were sent to go and live with Donald.
Yeah, that seems weird. That seems legally troubling to me. He's been dumped with these kids. She pisses off into space. Yeah. Why would she go instantly into space?
The dad's dead. They killed the dad. Well, she was the breadwinner because they killed their own father. She had to go on her mission.
Yeah, but that's what the question is. What did he do for a living? Why was he deleted from the family tree?
That's not the question. You've gone down an even darker path that their father was somehow some miscreant.
Maybe he's a spy.
He was watching telly. They set off. They wouldn't play a prank on a devilish father, would they? They would play a prank on a father they thought they loved and trust.
They found out. Right, there's that famous Donald Duck cartoon where it's a propaganda piece where he's working in the munitions factory in Nazi Germany, and it's all of that. What if that's not Donald, but really that's Huey, Dewey and Louie's real father? And that's why he's not on the family tree, because he was a Nazi.
You're trying to canonise Nazi Donald now.
Well, I'm just saying, it's a thought, isn't it?
You don't have to rationalise everything. Some things were just of their time.
You've just spent the last 5 minutes or so rationalising the parentage of Huey, Dewey and Louie. No,
that is only because the new DuckTales brought their mother back.
Yeah.
And didn't mention the father. That's why, because as far as Disney's concerned, the rest of it, the whole family kind of thing going on with them, the mother buggering off to space, the kids thinking they were an orphan.
Yeah.
And I think they're an orphan because they killed their dad.
Or maybe they didn't kill him and it was a setup so he could go undercover. You know what I mean? It was an accident that they used to cover up the fact that his dad was a spy. Huey, Dewey and Louie are Soviet sleeper agents working against America, Duckburg.
Well,
and so they assassinated their father because they were, and then they got taken away thinking they'd succeeded, and then he got put into the Witness Protection Agency, and I don't know, he became maybe he became Bonkers the cat or Darkwing Duck. Maybe their dad is Darkwing Duck.
But the point is, they think he's dead.
Yeah, but Darkwing Duck is a superhero, isn't he? And
but all of that, how do you rationalise all of that with them? And it is said that they hospitalised their father. How do you rationalise your ridiculous spy story with that?
I'm not,
You're not even trying, are you?
I tried a lot.
Going off. You're certainly trying my patience.
Oh, father.
Oh, I've got an itchy groin.
Scratch it. Go on, it's really satisfying. Get your knuckles in the nuts.
It's a sudden itch.
Go on. Get those knuckles deep in the nuts.
Oh, someone's just walked in.
Right, it's become a guessing game now.
What, as the Who's just walked in?
Yeah.
All right, so here's another question. Bob Geldof. Where did Dewey get his name?
This joke can dangerously go one of two ways.
Well, no, not that way.
He was born under a droplet of rain water from a petal on a flower.
Oh, petal.
Yeah.
That's that then. That was my DuckTales thing.
Well, actually, thinking about it, in DuckTales, I just realised Darkwing Duck is a TV show within the world of DuckTales. So it's an actor who plays the character of Darkwing Duck. So that would
So
count him out.
it's not going to be their dad then, is it?
No, it's not. But it was a good hypothesizing, wasn't it?
Actually, I'm going to call up the family tree.
I'm going to get in touch with DuckTales on Twitter and say, when are we going to find out who the dad is? Hey, what's the big secret?
I think it's only a matter of time, surely. Because there's a point in one of the episodes where Scrooge McDuck complains that most of his close relatives have gone missing and hasn't got any left. And Huey, Dewey, and Louie turn to the camera and go, "We know how that feels."
Oof.
Oof.
Oh, I've looked online very briefly.
Yeah, I'm looking online.
First selection, and it says Huey, Dewey, and Louie's father, usually known as Mr. Duck, possibly Jamie Duck. Although an alternative account...
Where have they got that from?
This is from the official ScroogeMcDuckFandom.com website.
That's not official then, is it, if it's fandom?
Yeah, it is. And it's an alternative account suggests his last name is Ostman. Or what?
What?
It's Ostman. O-S-T
man.
man.
Sense. How does that work?
Don't know.
Is he an ostrich? Is he an ostrich man?
Maybe.
Who's the leader of the ostriches? The Bostrich.
Oh, the one that guy used to have on his arm. No,
I told a really good joke then. You literally just ignored it.
Oh, I was thinking about 80s comedians.
All right, which bird has the most money?
What bird has the most money? Is it an offshore account spree?
No, it's an ostrich because they have the mostriches.
All right, no, that won me over that.
It's a good one, isn't it?
Yeah.
You got any ostrich jokes?
Why will an ostrich always be a good mate in a fight?
Oh, you've frozen. You've gone and
always
frozen.
put their neck out for you.
Hang on, wait a minute. Didn't hear that because your picture froze.
Oh, did it? Let's do it again because it was a great joke. What do you call an ostrich with no money?
I don't know.
Ostrich poor.
What is an ostrich's favourite hobby? Cross stitch.
What's that mean?
Do you not know what cross stitching
No, I
is?
got it. Ostrich, cross stitch. That is a great brand idea. Ostrich, cross stitch. That's quite hard to say. Ostrich, cross stitch.
Ostrich cross.
Oh,
yeah,
dear.
God, it is. Ostrich cross stitch. No, ostrich cross stitch. Ostrich
cross stitch. No, I can't do it. Let's move on.
Ostrich cross stitch. Ostrich cross stitch.
It's like watching two men lose their mind. Oh,
Right, I'm having a look at the Donald Duck family tree.
right.
This wasn't what I had planned for this video, but it's fine. It's the DuckTales
I don't
video.
mind DuckTales mysteries.
No, it's good with me.
I'm going to text
Hang on,
DuckTales
how does
on
this
Twitter.
work?
What?
There's a whole line of the family. The goose family. Can geese and ducks interbreed?
I don't know.
I'm going to look that up as well.
You
because
pervert.
there's Gus Goose who it started with Cornelius Coote, who seems to be it's very confusing, this family tree.
Yeah.
There's Clinton Coote married Gertrude Gadwall, and they appear to have had a son called Casey Coote, who had children called Cuthbert. Well, he married Gretchen Grebe, and they had children called Cuthbert Coote,
Right.
Luke Goose, and Fanny Coote.
I had a case of that once.
I'm looking up with ducks and geese.
Oh, it's all very
Geese
complicated. Apparently, they've rebooted somewhat the story of the parents of Huey, Dewey, and Louie over time in certain comic strips and such and whatnot.
Wait a minute. Right, can ducks and geese crossbreed? I was wondering if ducks can crossbreed with geese. This is on backyardchickens.com.
Oh, God, that sounds like a really dodgy website. You're going to get a call from the police in about 5 minutes.
I was wondering if ducks can crossbreed with geese. I see my male runner duck on my female goose all the time. and I cracked her egg open this morning, and surprisingly, it was fertile.
Oh.
I am confused.
What's the reply?
Well, someone says, interesting, do you have an incubator?
Okay.
Someone else says, yep, sure do. Someone else says, and you have no ganders? I don't know. The answers are no help at all.
No.
But someone else says they're different species, so there must be a gander somewhere. Apparently, breed-wise, no, according to a question on Quora. So the Donald Duck family tree is just wrong, isn't it?
I don't know. It's all very complicated, and I wonder why they would erase one family member from the tree. That's my concern.
Just the one. That's your concern.
It is my concern.
I'm sticking to the kids killed him. They've covered it up. They don't want to draw attention to it, so they've pegged it as he's gone missing, or he was the kids are bastards.
I think he was a nefarious character who jeopardised maybe he was a bad one, and the wife found out. And he was like, I got to kill you now. And the Huey, Dewey, and Louie were like, no. And then they murdered him. And then they made it look like an accident with the firecracker. It was like, sure, we can't tell. He's like, well, what are we going to do? And we'll just say he left one day. He left. And he went to the sky.
What troubles me about him not being on the family tree is the fact that we get the story about the hospitalisation. However, they've crossed him out. So people in the family know. It wasn't like they were born and the dad wasn't around.
Yeah.
So, if they got rid of him and she was like pretending, I don't know who the father is because the father was a bad un.
Yeah.
And he buggered off before she laid her eggs because let's face it, they are ducks.
Yeah.
Then...
I don't know.
That's the point. Would he have run off before she laid her eggs or before she hatched them?
So what you're saying is we don't know who the real dad was because she didn't know herself, and so the guy who was their father that they killed with fireworks was like a stepdad.
Yeah, but the name, it doesn't make sense why the name is crossed out.
Well, and that's also another family tree wiped out of the whole list as well, because where did he come from?
Yeah, well,
maybe it was Walt Disney himself. Walt Disney himself impregnated Della Duck. Because Walt Disney has the power to touch cartoon characters for real.
Yeah, I'm sure he does.
Yeah,
with his
magic paint stick.
Yeah,
magic paint stick brush.
Yeah, I think it's.
And Walt Disney was like, "Hey, Della, do you want to get into show business?" She's like, "Oh, I'd love to."
Now you're getting into weird kind of Roger Rabbit territory now. Right. We're sticking in universe. This is in universe.
Who shagged
Duck.
Della Duck? There's the sequel.
Yeah.
Who goosed Della Duck?
Well, unless here's the thing.
Yeah.
Maybe Della Duck was estranged from the rest of the family. So none of the rest of the family got to meet the father.
Wait. It's been staring us in the face the whole time.
Go on.
She was impregnated by God.
What? So Huey, Dewey, and Louie are the second coming of Christ.
Yeah,
they are. Form.
They are the Trinity, the Holy Ghost.
Which one's
Spirit
which?
Well, that's the next question.
You don't even know what the Holy Trinity is. That is shocking.
Spectacles, testicles, wallet, and watch. Something like that, innit?
That's four.
I don't know.
The Father,
the Son, and the Holy Ghost.
Which doesn't work because you can't have
you don't know that.
A brother who's the father of his brother.
Yeah, but this is Duck World, isn't it? It's not our reality. So they have a Duck God. And Duck God came down onto Earth and said to Della, you shall carry the new holy children. There's going to be 3 this time, not 1. I thought I'd
mix it up a
chance
bit.
me arm. Because if 1 gets ill or drops off, then you got 2 left over. And if the worst case scenario is you lose 2, you still got 1 Son of God. So 3 Son of Gods just helps me, cover all the bases. All right. So how about that? And she went, all right then. And then one day she was like, "Oh, I'm all pregnant. Who did it?" She couldn't say it was God because the
Why?
archangel quack duck came down.
Quacknard.
Yeah, something like that. Went, here's a couple of babies, and she went, "Oh, it was a strange man, and that's why it's not on the family tree because it was God.
But
It
hang
was a
on.
virgin birth."
With Mary and Joseph, they didn't
Yeah.
keep it quiet. They went around telling everyone that she'd been, she'd got up the duff from God.
It
They
was
didn't keep it quiet.
okay. Then it wasn't God; it was the devil. She's impregnated by the duck devil.
This is Damien Duck.
Beelzy quack or something.
Imagine if Huey and Dewey and Louie, each of them have a 6 on under their feathers tattooed.
We haven't checked.
Yeah, one each.
You check
So
under
it's
their tails. Do they have little feathers?
the
little
mark of the beast
6.
together.
Yeah. The mark of the duck.
Yeah, the duck beast.
Well, then it might not be 666 because it'd be hard for ducks to say that, wouldn't it? Click, 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 or something like that. So it'd have to be the mark of the devil as 999.
Talking of which,
Yeah.
why can't Donald Duck speak and all the other ducks in Duckburg can?
Car accident
What?
at a young age.
You think?
Completely wrecked his jaw and his mouth. So
His larynx got mashed up.
yeah. He was in a fight with mafia gang members and they hit his throat with a crowbar. You're right. DuckTales is really dark.
It is.
Yeah.
What bothered me though, talking of characters from DuckTales injuring themselves, is that bit at the start of DuckTales where Scrooge McDuck dives into a pile of coins, right? Gold
Yeah.
coins, right? And he just dives into it like it's water. He'd brain himself. He would literally like crack his skull open and like be bleeding out of his beak and eyes.
Yeah, well, he spent years training his body to do it. You got to remember, it started off as a little pile of coins that he could just kick about, and then got bigger over time. And as that grew, his skills built with it.
It doesn't work like that.
He's
That's
the
like
only-
saying, that's like saying if you jump out of a plane 10 times and each time you have a smaller and smaller parachute, eventually you'll just float to the earth.
Yeah, that is true. Try it. You should. Also, don't nitpick about the kind of physics of diving in gold when we're talking about a cartoon duck show. It's like ducks don't talk. How
If
do you
they
know
can
their
have-
coins are made out of metal? They could be made out of...
They're made out of metal. You can see it when they fly out. If they were made out of chocolate, he would smash through them and they're breaking into tiny pieces.
Yeah.
And instead, they go flying everywhere, which they shouldn't, because if you've ever played a penny falls machine, coins when they're stacked up, they're compacted, they're hard.
Yeah,
That'd
yeah,
be like diving headfirst into concrete.
Yeah. But doesn't matter because it's just lovely fantasy adventure, isn't it? He swims through his money because he's so rich.
I don't like that. I like reality in my cartoons.
Do you? You like reality in your cartoons?
Yes.
So, like when Daffy Duck got a shotgun to the face, you'd prefer that permanent damage to linger through the next 50 years of his life.
Right, no, hang on. I don't mind. I don't mind unexpected and improbable things happening to the characters. They're cartoon characters.
Right.
They've got amazing, kind of weird abilities, etc., etc. What's his name? Wile E. Coyote. Yes, he can have his nose blown to the back of his head. That's fine. What I don't agree with is when reality gets stretched and manipulated. Coins, even if it's a cartoon character, I don't mind if he hit it and went blop like that and went splat and then scooped himself back up. But don't have the coins fly around. That's bothered me for years. Years.
Do you want to know a fact about
Yeah.
Acme? Acme, which is the factory that makes all the gadgets for the cartoons.
Acme till I fart.
Yeah. You got to come off the internet, mate. Your website choices are getting seriously horrible. Right. So in the movie Who Framed Roger Rabbit, they go to Acme factory, right, where the murder takes place in the finale. The outside of that building is in the UK, and specifically, it's in Shepherd's Bush. There was a building near the, the new Westfield shopping centre, which has been there a while now, but the big shopping centre there. Just to the side where the buses are is the original building that stood where they filmed the exteriors of the Acme factory in Who Framed Roger Rabbit.
Well, I didn't know that. That is an interesting fact.
Yeah.
What does Acme stand for? Is it an acronym?
You know what? It doesn't. I don't believe it stands for something, but I do.
Well,
remember...
in the film, isn't it Marvin Acme is
Yeah.
a character? He's the one who died, isn't he? That they're investigating his murder. That Roger Rabbit was indeed framed for. It's an unusual surname, isn't it?
Yeah. But so's like the other character, Maroon, who owns Maroon Studios.
Yeah.
It's a strange name, isn't it? Disney. That's a stupid name, isn't it?
Yeah. Well, stupid made up name.
Yeah.
So apparently, Hannah. Why are you looking so confused?
I was trying to do a Walt Disney joke, and then I thought,
I'm doing one. I got a good one. So Hanna-Barbera, like Scotland, but Walt Disney.
Hey! That was the joke I was trying to think of.
Hey, I beat you to it.
I couldn't get there, because I was trying to think of what does a Scotsman keep under his kilt that a filmmaker doesn't. Walt Disney.
Walt Disney.
Hanna-Barbera likes hard cocaine, but Walt Disney.
It's not really. That doesn't make sense because Scottish stuff, Scottish reasons. I think we should probably leave it there.
Yeah. DuckTales. Oh, every day that I've been making DuckTales. Whoa, big finish. Oh, DuckTales. Oh, quack, quack.